Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kath and today is a super special day. Today is my friend RD's birthday. Happy birthday, RD. RD is someone that I've known since I was 13 years old, I think, which makes me feel really old to even say out loud. And RD has always been like super supportive of my YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure RD watches every single one of my videos and they're always requesting more Sims videos from me. They specifically want a 100 baby challenge with vampires and I'm really bad at raising kids in The Sims, so I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but I wanted to make a Sims video specifically for RD's birthday, so I texted him a couple months ago now because I suck at everything and asked him to pick out a house from like Pinterest or somewhere that he'd like to see me build in The Sims, and this is the house that he picked out. I will link it down below. Very different from my usual style, so very much a challenge, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a speed build for that today. So first of all, everyone say happy birthday to RD in the comments. If you're new here, would love to have you subscribe, and I'm just gonna pop right into this build. Sorry if you can hear my computer fan in the background. I don't know how to do audio for the life of me, but yeah, so I normally don't do like modern houses, so this is definitely like a challenge for me, and it ended up being really fun. I kind of made a point to use like furniture I don't really use a lot in this house because I'm always doing like my Victorian like little like kitschy type of like build sort of thing. So I used like a lot of stuff that I almost never use in The Sims, and it was really fun for me. So I'm really glad that I already picked a house that was like sort of like, I don't even want to say like fully a challenge. Like it was a little bit of a challenge, but not the bad type of challenge, like the fun type of challenge. Like doing like those steps out front was like, I'm really glad they came out with the platforms recently. I do think there's like a lot of glitchy stuff with the platforms, but like there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this. Like I could have never done the like steps that are outside this house in The Sims a couple months ago. But yeah, I'm like, this just was really fun to do stuff like outside of my comfort zone. I pretty much exclusively build houses from Pinterest on The Sims, but like I'm not always just doing like one house. Sometimes I'll like search a specific style of house and then I'll like kind of like combine elements from them into one house that I build in The Sims, but I like never do modern builds. And I don't know if this like fully counts as a modern build. I don't know what this house style would actually be classified as, but it's definitely more modern than my typical Victorian type of build. Also, if you're wondering why I'm like suddenly putting my face in my little Sims speed build videos, I feel like all the like Sims YouTubers I follow always have their faces in their speed build videos, and it does make it feel like more personal. So I'm trying it out. Let me know how you feel about it. I feel like people don't really care about my Sims build videos anyways, but that's fine because I have fun doing them. So this is like the little garage part of the house, which I end up doing some fun stuff with later. Like the basement is so fun. I had so much fun doing the basement. I'm really excited for you guys to see it, but I just did like faux garage doors outside of the house. If you play The Sims 4, you know the frustration that there's no like real cars in it. You can have like prop cars, but it's not like The Sims 3 where you can like buy a car and your sim drives them around. So garages are purely for aesthetic purposes in The Sims 4. So often when I do a garage, it's either a decor piece or it's like a converted garage where it looks like a garage, but there is something else fun going on inside there, which we'll get to that towards the end of the video. I like what I did with this. It's a little wild. This whole house I kind of ended up going for like a very funky vibe with. I wasn't really sure how I was going to furnish it at first because I'm not that like versed in modern furnishings. I always feel like modern is very like black and white and no color, and I like pops of color in rooms. So what I ended up doing with this is I feel like each room has like a very specific pop of color to it because I wanted it to still be colorful and fun because that's my vibe, but it is modern but also mid-century modern, and I kind of feel like it maybe has like 70s vibes kind of. I don't know, I'm not really familiar with like the interior design terms and all of that. I kind of just like build stuff and vibe, and it might not be the most cohesive thing in the world, but I think all of the rooms on their own are fun, and I mean it's a fun house, so it doesn't really matter if it's completely cohesive, right? Question mark, I don't really know. The kitchen and like the living area are definitely more standard fare for a kitchen and a living room, especially in like a modern house. It's just like a black kitchen, and I was gonna try to do colorful couches, and I just like wasn't vibing with how it was looking like, as much as I love colorful stuff, just having colorful stuff for the sake of it being colorful, like, I want it to look good. You know what I mean? If it doesn't look good, what's the point? So like I tried really, really hard to get some pops of color in there, and I do eventually. I end up putting like a little turquoise amp in there. But really like the main pop of color in this like main room area is the bar stools and the like orange lamp. So like orange is the little pop of color for this room. And I mean, this house is definitely made for entertainment. I spent literally half an hour trying to pick out what dining room table and chairs to use. And no matter how much I sped that up, it was still painfully long. So that was the dining room and chairs that I used eventually. Sometimes these videos are really hard for me because I spend a ridiculous amount of time building houses. Like I think I had, and this is so embarrassing, I had like 6 hours of footage from recording from building this build. And that like, it's just like sad. That sounds like such a waste of time, but like it's fun. And like, I'm not doing it like 6 hours like in one day. I'm doing it like over the course of like weeks. Like I'll sit down for like half an hour and like do some building or whatnot. Or sometimes I will get really into it and then just like sit down and build for 3 hours. But I never quite know how to condense all of that into one video, especially because like when it's sped up like this, it kind of gives you whiplash. And then I also like I want to cut stuff out. Like I cut out like the me spending 30 minutes laying out every single chair in The Sims because I didn't know what chairs I wanted to use for my dining room. But then I'm like I don't know what people want to see in these. Like I don't know. So you're not seeing like the entire build, but you get the vibe of it. You know what I'm saying? So I almost always have like a kid's bedroom when I do houses like this, even though kids kind of aren't my favorite in the Sims. I always end up having kids in The Sims, but it's like when they're babies and toddlers, I'm like, I hate this. I absolutely hate this. But this is definitely a kid's room. I love these little beds. I think they're so cute. I think yellow is such a cute and happy color. And so this ends up being a 4-bedroom, three full bath, 2 half bath house. And then there's also an office space, which I feel like you could turn into another bedroom, but it's like pretty small to be a bedroom. But it's definitely a family home, like, or a lot of people can live in it. And it's a family home for a family that likes to have, oh my God, I almost just dropped my laptop. It's a family home for a family that likes to have a lot of fun. I think it's just like this family, I always like make up stories for the families in my head when I'm building my Sims houses, but like this one is just like kind of like an artist family. I kind of imagine I put this house in Oasis Springs, which Oasis Springs is Arizona. It's in my head, it's Arizona. And I kind of imagine that it's like this family that had this like cool like music or art career, and they kind of just like wanted to move away from the LA scene and like chill out in the desert and just like have fun and like throw fun parties and vibe and hang out in their office that has cool music stuff that you'll see in a minute and just like do fun stuff. But what I think I'm actually gonna do is move my actual Sims family. I always play like as myself in The Sims, and I don't know if that's weird. I feel like not many people do that, but I literally like make myself in The Sims and live through different life scenarios. So right now I'm in The Sims and I'm a vampire because duh, and I'm married. I'm not going to mention who I'm married to because it's embarrassing. And I have 2 kids who are teenagers and they're really like cute. One of them is very artsy, likes to make music, and the other one's kind of like very smart, sciencey, little awkward. She's cute. Her name's Frances, which is my middle name. I always wanted to name a child Frances, like IRL. And I kind of think this house would be like really fun for that family to live in. So I'm actually saving up to buy it now. It ends up being like $200 something thousand. And I don't know what it is. Like I will use cheat codes in The Sims when I play The Sims, but like I like to actually be able to afford the houses I buy and stuff like that. There's like some aspects of it where I'm like, I'm not going to cheat with this, and some aspects of it where I'm like, I am going to cheat with this. Like I cheat away like when you're a vampire, there's like negative things as you like move up in the vampire ranks. You have to take on like a negative trait, and I think they're dumb and I don't like them, so I just like cheat away so I don't have to do that. Oh my God, like look how fun this office is. Like sometimes I just build rooms in The Sims and I wish I could just like go sit in them, like real life sit in them. The vibes are so good. So this is the parents' room, the parents' suite. I built this first, and then it ended up not fitting the vibe of the rest of the house. I just kind of like went back in and changed the swatches and stuff. It still doesn't like 100% fit the vibe, but I kind of realized there's like not a lot of like pure modern furniture or whatnot in The Sims. But yeah, okay, this is the basement, my favorite part. after doing all the like bright colors and like kind of funky stuff, and I used some like random pieces from the bowling stuff pack, I was like, I'm putting a bowling alley in the basement, especially because we have like platforms now, so I can make like a recessed bowling alley space. One time when I was in high school, I went to this party at this kid's house. Artie might know this kid, actually. I won't say his name, but I'm sure Artie will text me and tell me if he knows this kid. I went to a party. It's like a friend of a friend's house, and they had a bowling alley in the basement, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I really like bowling. I think bowling's really fun. And I kind of thought it would be cool and fitting for this house, especially just because like the house has like funky, fun vibes. And what is more funky and fun than having a bowling alley in the basement? And it's definitely made for entertainment. Like I make like a lot of like seating areas. I'm pretty sure you can only have 15 Sims max at a party in The Sims, but I like to build houses with the intent of like 20 plus people coming to the parties. But then I made the like front area into a bedroom and then a gym area. I definitely feel like when you have like the garage doors, having like a gym just like works with that. Like a garage gym, I don't know. I always think it works. I put gyms in my houses in The Sims very frequently for a person who doesn't work out in real life. Like pretty much ever. I don't know. I think they're just a good feature to have in a house, even if they're not a good feature that I use or participate in real life. I just think they always, like, if you have like an extra room and you're like, I don't know what to do with this, gym. Always a good idea. Always a good idea. I love how this bathroom turned out. This is like the party bathroom. Like when people are downstairs partying, this is the bathroom they go in. Imagine you go into a bathroom where you're like at a party and it's like a green toilet and like neon walls and floors. How fun would that be? I think weirdly enough, like out of all the houses I've built in The Sims, like this might be the one I would like most want to go hang out in. I think it's really, really fun. Like super, like there's so much to do in this. How many times do I say fun and funky throughout this video? Somebody let me know. I had a good time doing this, if you couldn't tell. And I'm really excited to finally share. I've been like, I texted RD like a picture of the front of the house when I finished the front of the house, but he doesn't know anything that this looks like on the inside. So I'm like really excited, but also kind of nervous for him to see it because like I kind of want a little like cuckoo with it, but I mean, it's me, so that must be to be expected. This is like the basement bedroom. I kind of built this like anticipating like an adult child living in this room, like it's their kid, but like they're grown up, maybe moved back from college, and they're like vibing in the basement. They like to play video games and make music, and it just has like a cool, darker, but still somewhat colorful neon vibe to it. And let's see, I think I'm not really doing much else with this. Another thing I struggle with these videos is like when it comes to decor, I kind of just like scroll through the decorations and I'm like, oh, this would work in this room, but this would work in this room. So I like really am like whipping around really quickly. Like I get dizzy watching this sometimes. If you're getting dizzy, just know that I am too. And I don't really know how to work around it, but I will do my best to not give people whiplash in the future, ? I like how this bathroom turned out because it reminds me of the bathroom at my mom's house that she grew up in. She had like a bathtub separate from the shower, but they were like connected. That, I mean, you see, it's like that there. And I always thought it was kind of cool. I want to hang out in that room. And then the outside, I had to have a pool because if you live in a desert and you don't have a pool, you're probably really upset about it because it gets really hot there. And I made the pool area like really fun. Like this house is made to entertain. You live there obviously, but if you live here, you're throwing fun parties. You're throwing pool parties, you're throwing bowling parties, you're throwing come listen to this new music that I just made parties. I love the pool floats. The little pizza pool float and the rainbow pool float. I think it's just like, I think the like pool floats in real life are so fun and cute. And I love all the Instagram posts people make with the pool floats. I like that they have them in The Sims now. And I made the outside fun and colorful too with these like little pink stools and the TV, which you can have because it doesn't rain in Arizona. What else did I do out here? Oh yeah, you'll see in a second. I put like these neon lights on like the floor of the pool, which I didn't even, they're like these floor lights. I think it was under like the miscellaneous lighting or something. I don't really know. I am obsessed with how it turned out. I think that's like why I had so much fun with this house, is that I just was like, not going into it with any idea or like visualization of like what the interior was gonna look like. I had like sort of the floor plan from the photo that my friend RD sent me, and then I didn't really have any other ideas, so I was just kind of like literally scrolling through and being like, oh, I like this piece of furniture, I'm gonna figure out a way to incorporate this into the room, or like I like these lights that I'm like playing with right now, I am gonna put them in, and like now like the whole outside has all these neon lights everywhere, and it's like really, 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 really fun. Anyways, that's it for the house, so I'm gonna go into screenshots now. I hope you had fun watching this. I hope my excitement for this house radiated through the screen. If you'd like to play in this house, you can download it on the Sims Gallery. My ID is CarolBelivet, or you can search the hashtag YourGirlCath. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Happy birthday, RD. I love you. Thank you for your undying love and support, and for still being my friend even though I'm literally the worst texter in the entire world. And sorry for the background music. My downstairs neighbors are literally always loud, but I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one.